Now, in the last video, I asked a very important question. How can we get back to perception? How can we eliminate the pain, grief, agony, mistakes, and errors that projection brings? Since we are trapped in projection, in time, in linear time on this planet, we all are. How can we get back to perception of knowing and not being concerned with how we know? How can we get back to that? Well, for one, we must study. We must do the research. And then once you find out something, and then you find out that it's true, live it out. If you find out that eating fruits and vegetables is healthy, live it out. If you find out that smoking is bad for you, stop. Because as long as we go against what we know, there's going to always be trouble. Because there's one entity that wants to convince us that we know better than God. What is God? God is consciousness. God is perception. God is us. We are one and the same as God. That voice in our head that's talking to us, God, consciousness, perception, what we know. And then the devil will say, don't worry about what you know. Don't worry about that. Go off your emotions. Don't use logic. Go off your emotions. Just like I know better than God as Lucifer, you know better than God. I can make you a God just like me. Go against what you know is right. And you can enjoy and have pleasure out of that. They're going to try to trick you. For instance, I don't want nobody to get offended here, but God has shown us it takes a man and a woman to create a baby. We know this. Somebody is trying to convince us otherwise. Somebody is trying to convince us otherwise. When you know you shouldn't smoke and you smoke anyway, and you end up with lung cancer because the devil convinced you that you knew better than God, which is yourself. You and God are one and the same. You knew you weren't supposed to smoke it, but somehow you smoked it anyway.